So the next thing I need to think about is the mounting locations for the hardware on the rear suspension in the context of the upper assembly. And the irony of this is that this is one of the simplest rear suspension designs I've ever done. And I had the hardest time with getting the mates to work in SolidWorks with this. And I ended up figuring out what the issue was. So I have that bolt and it's sort of fixed in space in the context of the upper assembly. And so I just thought, okay, I'll just fix that component in SolidWorks. But that didn't work because every time I tried to mate something else to it, which I needed for the pivot point, it would just break and be over constrained. So what I needed to do was set an axis inside the upper assembly and then mate that bolt to that axis so that everything is still able to move freely. The bolt is still technically fixed, but it's fixed by a mate rather than a fixed component setting, because fixed component settings just break all sorts of stuff. But since it was at a weird angle, I had nothing to reference it to besides just creating a unique axis out in space. So I just created a sketch that matched the profile of that Y-arm and then mated the bolt to that axis, referencing that sketch. And then everything pivoted nicely and all the features worked without any errors.